Today we're going to learn about exponential equations. For any real number b greater than 0 and b is not equal to 1, b to the x and b to the y, if and only if x is equal to y. First, let's show why this property of equality is true. If we had 3 to the x is equal to 3 to the third, we know that in order for these equations to be equal, x has to be equal to 3. So you can essentially rewrite this by ignoring the base and setting the exponents equal to each other. So x is equal to 3, which we just established. Now, if it were 1 to the x is equal to 1 to the third, the reason why this doesn't work is because 1 to the third is equal to 1. So any value of x will make this true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Any number will make this true, which means that if we ignored the bases, x doesn't have to necessarily be equal to 3. Any whole number, really. Now, how do we solve these equations here? We have 5 to the x is equal to 125. Well, what you want to do is take the base that is larger and make it in terms of the base that's smaller. We know that 125 is equivalent to 5 to the third power. And this works in our favor because then we can set 5 to the x equal to 5 to the third power. And we can use that property to make this equal to x is equal to 3 by removing the bases. Note that it works both ways. You can take x equals to 3 and make both of them the exponent of some base, like 4. And these two are equivalent. But in this first equation, x equals to 3 is the answer. Now, what do we do if the exponent is a little more complicated, like y minus 1? First, what we want to do is take the larger number and make it in terms of the base of the other number. In this case, 36 is larger than 6. How can we make 36 in terms of 6? Well, we know 36 is 6 squared. So we're going to have 6 squared, and y minus 1 is equal to 6. Now you can distribute the exponent, so it would be 6 to the power of 2y minus 2 is equal to 6. 6 by itself is equivalent to 6 to the first power. Now we can remove the bases on both sides, and we get 2y minus 2 is equal to 1. And if we solve this out, we'll get y is equal to 3 over 2. Lastly, this equation is a little more confusing, but always try to figure out ways to simplify it first. We can divide both sides by 50 right off the bat. So let's do that first. So we're going to get 2 is equal to z to the 0.25 power. So we have 2 is equal to z to the 1/4 power because 0.25 is equivalent to 1/4. Now, how do we solve for z here? Well, we can multiply this exponent by 4. So we're going to raise it to the 4th power. And same would apply to both sides. So 2 to the 4th power is 16. Z to the 1/4 to the 4th power. A power to a power means you can multiply it out. So it'd be z to the 1/4 times 4. So we get 16 is equal to z, because this cancels out.